Oh no! That
heresy ends here.
All right, we're gonna get a big bad boss fight, the Screamer of Cinch. Well, I gotta timestamp this. 21 minutes in. Screamer of Cinch. All right, cool. Well, let's see how this boss fight goes. I have no idea what to expect here. I'm gonna leave Heinrichs where he is. Get Abelard over here. Get Adira over here. Get Pascal over here. Get Jay down. Here we go. Oh, of course it summons lots of ads. Haha. All right. Smart thing to do is just
They who discern the future on the battlefield. But of course,
something stole my momentum, so
stop mocking me. On it. Will do. My prescience has failed me.
it's always interesting to see how that works. All right. Okay, let's see here, buddy. If I had to guess, we probably need to get the Herald down pretty quick.
I'll see to it personally.
I don't have line of sight, or what? Pink horror. Well, I do have line of sight to this, so let's just...
It's as good as done. The best defense is a good offense. Who, if not me? I'll make it happen.
Alright, yeah, the Herald is bad news. Well, that's not cool, man.
Focus.
Alright, Abelard. Honestly,
A tactically sound approach. Indeed.
it's not really what I wanted to do, but it's going to be good. I can go defensive stance. Let's go ahead and trigger this, because at least I'll get one attack off on it. Okay. Alright, this is where things get kind of funky. We kind of need to take care of... Let's buff our peeps first. Let's do... Yeah, let's heal. Let's do the AoE heal, Light of the Emperor. There we go.
Stay with us.
Alright, my dear. Let's get to
Don't get too
Abelard.
cocky. You've got a problem, I've got a prize.
Alright, Abelard.
Victory is the target well struck. At your beck and call.
Can I give this to Pascal? Yeah.
They'll write legends about me.
Alright, Heinrichs is down, so whatever she did to Heinrichs sucks, but...
My vow is
It spawned something else, or what did that do? It spawned a blue horror now. Oh my.
right to post-mortem servitorization denied.
I'm not close enough to get it with my attack, am I? No, because it needs to be one more. It sucks. Alright.
Don't get too cocky. Tell me, and it is done.
Can we get this one down?
Farewell.
Nice. Yeah, it's some creepy beast is what it is. That's what it is. I have no idea. It's called the Screamer of Cinch, I think is what it was called. Alright, I really need to get over here and take care of this dude, so... Because the Herald only does bad things.
The Omnissiah knows all. The Omnissiah condemns you. Request approved.
God, Pascal has turned into a beast with how many attacks he can do. Alright.
I'll see to it personally. Consider this a
61, I think that's my best hit yet. It was a 61 points of damage. That's pretty good, man.
Who, if not me? You never stood a
66, I did even more that time. My, my, my. How far out can I... Do I have line of sight on these two D-bags? Surely I do. Let's mark these two dudes.
I'll make it happen.
I'm only gonna get one of them.
Here's my perfect moment.
Surely I can shoot these two dudes.
It's
Get
as
that
good
one.
as done. Your end was
72? Holy crap, man.
on it. Another enemy down.
As the tactical imperative dictates. The scriptural prognosis is favorable. Vital functions successfully terminated.
Alright, we still have these other ones over here. I think this is his AoE. Yeah, here it is.
Quest approved.
Pascal is a beast. Alright, Heinrichs is up. Heinrich stares at the smoldering ashes of the demon and then of the destroyed cogitator. The furrow in his brow slowly smooths out and his face looks almost contented. Creation of chaos is no more. I hope the fabricator sensor did not have time to pass on the secrets of this creature to his associates, and I hope the survivors down at the lower levels can hold on until we liberate Kiavagama. Yeah, I saw something happen to you, Heinrichs. What happened when you touched the machine? He jerks his head and waves away the question, his movements sharp and unnatural. Talk about it later, but right now, I must thank you. Without your help and cooperation, I doubt I would have reached the depths of Kiabagama and learned the truth behind my agents' dispatches and reports. I would never have ended up here, and I would never have succeeded in hampering the cult's activities. Dare I hope, esteemed interrogator, that your keen interest in this Von Valancius world has been satisfied? Heinrich replies, oh? Apart from the fact that the world is still seized by the arch-enemy's corruption, its populace infected with heresy, and the once sacred machines of its manufacturing have been turned into weapons against humanity, we're quite satisfied, yes. My business here is concluded. It's time to return to the mission that brought you here to this industrial world first. The only thing I'll ask of you as an audience when we return to the ship. Alright, so we've officially helped him with the completion of that big bad boss fight. We've helped Heinrichs complete his quest here on the planet. Where are we at time-wise? 33 point. Another episode in the big bad boss fight journals.
Always keep your eye on the
Is there
prize.
loot? There is not any loot. What is there? Any way to... anything else to explore in here? It doesn't look like it.
How may I?
Do you require? I know how to take risks. I always have a backup plan.
Well, I would like to go back to the Void ship so I can ditch Heinrichs and grab somebody else.
I always keep my options open.
I'm not a Heinrichs. I like him as a class, but I don't like him as a individual. He's way too... I'm Mr. Imperial. Smeagol. What's up, buddy? I think whenever we get into the new office, I want to get a cat stand so that you guys can see him, because he sleeps in here with me every day. I mean, I show him off occasionally by putting the camera down there, but you know, Lucas was my big baby for the first year until he started chewing everything up, and then Lucas has not been allowed to stay in the office since then. They have to come in the office when the hot weather gets here because we have the only air conditioner in the house.
Keep your wits about you.
So at some point, Lucas will be back in here, but Lucas is just, you gotta keep your eye on him because he will eat. I mean, he's destroyed. It's probably $600 now. 2 headsets, 2 charging cables. What was he chewing up the other day? Chris found him chewing up something else. Oh, he destroyed some of her hair ties.
Is there money to be made?
She just found hair ties in pieces. Oh, and then like a week ago, she pulled out her she had her what's about to happen here? That's Heinrichs. What's he doing? Sharp pain pierces your head and the light dims in your eyes. You smell smoke and burning. You feel a wave of nausea. Your legs buckle and your knees hit the metal floor. In the same moment, the manufactorum surrounding you disappears in a whirlwind of mist, ash, and gray shadows. Anyway, Lucas, Christina pulled one of her jackets out, one of our old travel windbreakers that she got in Ireland, and left it hanging on the front of her bicycle to dry out because she went out one day and got a little bit wet. And it has on the bottom where it goes around your waist, it has string draw ties. And Lucas got the draw ties and chewed one of them off, swallowed a piece of it. Chris is like, Tim, Lucas just vomited something on the floor. I come running in the office and there's like a 2-inch piece of this cable, this pull tie that he had pulled off her jacket and swallowed. And it's filled with like tiny little nylon strands to make it flexible and extendable. And it's like, that's the kind of stuff that if an animal eats it and it gets trapped in there, it causes it. You know, it's like, dude, you have got to stop chewing on shit. That was last week. So Lucas is, we just have to, you can't leave him alone because once he gets bored, he just chews stuff up. Smeagol doesn't do anything though. Smeagol just sleeps all day. All right, what is this thing? You barely raise your head to look at it when struggling against the elements. Your eyes sting and burn, but through the tears you see it, a colossal silhouette. So that's not Heinrichs kneeling down, it's me. Alright, try to get a better look at the figure. Awareness text succeeded, it's called Earl the Cruel. You squint and wipe away the tears, and for a moment your vision clears. Before you stands a mighty giant clad in dark power armor, lavishly adorned with bas-reliefs of snarling demonic silhouettes and punctured with prayer scrolls. 2 braziers are mounted behind his shoulders, burning with a natural blue flame and emitting black smoke that curls and twists upwards like a funnel. Behind the giant, you catch a brief glimpse of a crumpled figure bound in chains. The warrior's inhuman eyes bore into you. I am the master of those who have been felled by your hands in the halls of the primordial truth. I am Bjorlon the Cruel. The souls of my followers return to the fount of power they served, crying out for me to cast my gaze towards this sacrilege, and what do I see? Yet another lackey of the corpse emperor. They call you a hero. Pah! An empty word, a worthless pedestal among hundreds like it, all built by the lackeys of the false gods in their hubris and ignorance. This pedestal will soon become a sacrificial altar, and you will become yet another reminder to the expanse that no hero could save it from the truth. The giant's voice causes the storm raging around you to die down somewhat, as if the very sound of his voice is enough to make the whirlwind subside. You glance at the huge warrior and notice on his chest a winding azure symbol. The shades of blue seem to glimmer and mingle together. What do you want with me? I want to look upon the one who has disrupted my flock's duties and my master's plans. That warrior from my legion, the fabricator Censor. You think of their deaths as a triumph, but it is a mere hindrance in our path. There are other worlds that serve our goals, other sources of plasteel and adamantine. Revel in your victory, will change nothing. Alright, nevertheless, the blood in your veins whispers to the spirits that you warrant a closer look. A descendant of the rogue trader whose warrant Kinrad Voigtver sought to obtain. By defiling the relic and binding it to himself with the tethers of the Imperium, he was meant to become my servant, a rogue trader who would do the work of truth, but then you interfered. Could it be that you wish to gain the true god's favor instead? Do you wish to present the corpse's relic to me and serve the truth? Alright, I'm gonna go Iconoclast. You waste your time trying to tempt me. It's not blood that defines a person's deeds, only their will. And my will is thus. Be gone! Pitiful insect, you dare? A gust of wind sweeps his figure away without a trace. The mist around him begins to dissipate, revealing the dark halls of the Manufactorum and leaving behind an oppressive sense of powerlessness. Abelard looks, that was a close call. For the sake of the Holy Terror, if I had lost a second rogue trader in such a paltry span of time. Heinrich said, I sense the presence of another psyker. Someone made contact with you mentally, then tried to harm you with sorcery. But I did what I could. At least you appear unharmed. Can you remember what you saw? Oh, yeah. Yeah. He said something about Theodore and about how my blood will force me to serve. We can theorize later. Alright. That was a surprise little encounter. So that relic we took off of Waitver's definitely tainted our soul a little bit. I see dead people. Alright, we're going to restore the Manufactorum in the shortest possible time without subjecting the wounded plant to a merciless purge. The blast furnaces are lit again. Machines once more fill the air. Mag trains stretch in lines from one workshop to the next. But the cogitators by no chance carry alarming rumors of malevolent and foul traces of corruption still lurking in the deepest chambers. Alright. Now we get to start our first... yeah, let's do restoration. Still says I have a quest there. Or no. Let's do hull repair too. Okay, that's what I already have. Let's grip the hull some more. My RAM doesn't do that much, so let's just keep upgrading the hull, I guess. We need to do something here, though. No, I don't like that. Arc Augury. Plus 2 extra range, that's nice. Ooh, I like the idea of strafe. Yeah, we'll do strafe. And do shallow jump, maybe? No, let's do vulnerability scan. No, hang on. That's not what I want to do. Strafe. Now I do this one. That's what it was. Oh, your ship has reached a new level. Why don't I have anybody as a warp channeler? Maybe because we took her with us on a mission or something? All right, I need to take my check my journal. I need to talk to Heinrichs to finish that quest. And my next, deal with the disrupted shipments from Kyavagama. That's Kranich. So I've got a check mark on that. Oh, so these are the only, because the only thing I've left. I've restored the shipments from Janet's. I've dealt with the corrupt shipments from Kyavagama. My next is restore the operation of the administrator's apparatus on Dargonis. So our next objective is to get to Dargonis. Okay. Apparently I need to talk to Cassia too. Well, we've got conversations it looks like we need to happen, so let's check back in on the bridge. Any day now. Alright, where's Cassia?
Words cannot describe how boring the bridge is without our stimulating conversations.
I've heard rumors you're not getting along well with the crew. Panic flashes in her ruby red eyes, and your heart starts beating a little faster while your hands go cold.
Not here. I'm begging you. Aren't noblemen supposed to discuss such things away from the servants?
Alright, let's go to my study.
Then lead the way, and I will answer all of your questions.
Alright, what's going on with this? Alright, well, you're having multiple issues, so... Yeah, we've got like all these issues, so... You must have had quite the falling out with Jay if she's threatening to kill you. We didn't, I didn't, that is our private business. The issue is between me and Lady J. Please play it no heed. No one threatened me. Your information is incorrect. What about the messenger you rebuked who butchered his own family and then killed himself? I haven't rebuked a single errand boy. Oh, she says, I had kind of went with a shine smell and skillful fingers with too much rotten ochre on his shoulders. I grew tired of his disgusting color and advised him to lighten his burden by casting the weight off his shoulders. He did not come the next year ever again. Okay, that's weird. During the warp vessel's voyage, he gave the wrong orders, which led to the vessel shifting off course. I saw something vast and predatory. I decided to change course without sowing panic. Okay, the officers are reluctant to be quartered next to your chambers because of the constant emotional outbursts. I've already told you I can't control my abilities. What else do you want from me? Well, why do you need 100 species of birds? Huh. So there's a mistake, a little confusion between her and the Boxmaster. Okay. Oh my goodness, they wouldn't stop chittering. They were dashing around the room, defecating. I became angry, and so they started pecking each other and attacking me. Then I became afraid, then they fell over dead. I don't think I can keep pets anymore. Um, all right, I'm going to say you have a kind soul but difficulty reaching out to people. I could teach you the art of communication if you like. That would be wonderful. She wants to ask me some questions. Okay. What would you like to ask? She says, I read a treatise by Pisces de Mobius very recently, who claimed that subjects would never have believed their new ruler was better than the old one unless the old one had been a tyrant. No matter the circumstances, the low-born rabble have become deluded about their prospects and rebel in favor of their base desires. What do you make of that? Claimed that subjects would never believe the new ruler was better than the old one unless the old one had been a tyrant. Okay, let's see here. So I have multiple ways I can answer her. Persuasion. It's always been my opinion that subjects expect two things from their sovereign: to abuse power and to bless their babies. Succeed at both, and boring essays become unnecessary. Oh my goodness. Um, I'm gonna go with the Imperium option. All right, what's about the second question? According to the 22 tomes penned by the preacher Oistic Istvan the Forgotten, mercy and cruelty go through the world hand in hand, but people flock only to one pan of the scales. Would you rather inspire fear or be magnanimous and choose awe? I will exercise restraint and lenience. Excessive suspicion and mistrust harden the hearts of people. Please do continue. Alright, I must confess that sometimes I can hardly bear the burden the house has placed on me. I feel I'm not doing my best. How do you bear the responsibility for the billions of lives day after day and not stoop under all the weight? It's not always easy, but I try to lead the dynasty forward towards prosperity by worthy means. Alright. You know, one thing I wish it would do when you finish these conversations is put you back at the bridge where you were when you started. Because instead you have to manually exit out of here every single time. Which is, remember that whole loading screen conversation everybody was having from Starfield? Yeah, that's kind of the same thing here. Alright, I need to go find Heinrichs. Oh, my pet's on the bridge now. That's a good boy. Who's a good Lyserax? Lacerax or whatever? Alright, let's go find Heinrichs. Oh, it's probably easier if I just do it this way. Huh, I can't talk to him at the moment. That's interesting. The interrogator wishes to debrief. He's requested a mission. He's requested an audience. It says talk to Heinrichs on the ship's bridge, but I can't actually talk to him. Wonder what's up with that. That's to my quarters. Why did I just suddenly go to Kranich? I feel like there's a bug happening right now, because all I did was run near... Alright. Why does it still have a question mark on it? Alright. Well, I think we need to make our way to the next quest objective. I have no idea where it's at, so I have to look this up online, because that's what I did last time too. So I don't want to, because of the way I'm streaming this game and playing. I'm not a big fan of roaming around the universe trying to find the places I want to go to. So I'm totally looking these up. What is this over here? I actually have a Mundus Valancius. This has got to be where we're going. Oh yeah, we're gonna make the trip directly there. It's gonna be dangerous. We're gonna get hit with something. I could reduce the travel if I wanted to. Let's... Oh, hang on. Did I just screw the pooch there? No, I didn't. Let's reduce route difficulty. All right. Let's go back to the bridge and see if Heinrichs will still talk to us or not. All right. There's the high factotum. There he goes. Now I can talk to him.
To what do I owe this visit?
Dun, 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 dun. Are you satisfied with the results of your mission on Kiawagama?
Of course. The fabricator sensor's machine was stopped. Not another soul will be sent into the mouth of the archenemy. In time, we will succeed in uncovering and stopping other schemes of the cult. We dealt a blow not only to the cultists, but to the archenemy itself. I cannot help but be pleased.
So I want to know what happened when you touched the cogitator.
No servant of the God Emperor has closer dealings with corruption than the agents of the Golden Throne. In its quest to guard the Imperium against its foes' most devious and secret schemes, the Inquisition seeks to understand the essence of evil. It is not enough for us to burn or cut down a rotten seedling. We must study it, understand it, touch it. Every time any of us do our duty, we are risking our very souls. But when it comes to psychers, the soul of a psyker is especially enticing to the archenemy. The cogitator was stopped, yes. I touched an infernal machine that was created to serve chaos. I used it. I delved into the principles of its operation. That was enough. Corruption needs only the briefest brush of contact. When I touched the cult's cogitator, I drew the thousand-eye gaze of evil upon myself, as any agent does when they interfere in the schemes of those who serve the ruinous powers. And that evil undoubtedly left an invisible mark upon me, as it does on any acolyte who fights against the archenemy. And this will be the case every time I do my duty. I know a good deal about the fates of those who have served the throne before me. Enough to know that my path leads to one place, and one place only.
To the paths of hell. Alright, what are you gonna do next?
My visit to Kiava Gamma did not produce answers to all my questions, but we did succeed in dealing a blow to the cult by destroying the Fabricator Sensor's machine. I have directed my spies to track the sect's surviving leaders. I am certain that they will have useful information for us soon. Though small, this is a victory for the Golden Throne, and I have you to thank for it. Thank you for finding the time for our conversation.
Alright, so I think we can now go back to the ship system. We have multiple missions here. Alright, let's visit this planet. Let's see what this system has in store for us. Lord Captain, Master Helmsman on the line. I can report the quest for the capital world of the Von Valance's dynasty is finally at an end. Dragonus is straight ahead. We have received countless greetings. His subjects would like to know when their master will be arriving. Tell Dragonus the rogue trader is coming home. Heinrich says I will be pleased to accompany you during your visit so I can personally introduce Aculus Scalander, servant of the Golden Throne. He previously attended Theodora on Dargonos. I'm counting on your benevolence. I gotta take him with me again? I just can't seem to get rid of Heinrich no matter what I want. That's a dead planet. Well, lava world, but still. Alright, here's... Oh, there's an Adeptus Mechanicus ship. Transport shuttle bearing the markings of the mechanics approaching the ship. Magos Tarza's delegation intends to board a ship and gain an audience. He intends, not humbly requests. Pascal says many of my tech comrades neglect diplomacy when interacting with the laity. It is regrettable. What do they want? They have ignored our requests. Such arrogance is hardly trivial. Punish them for their disrespect by landing on the dock at the farthest and most dilapidated airlock, so it takes them an eternity to traverse the ship. Ha! Pascal wants to be at the audience. Sure. I don't want. Yeah, I suppose this is fine. This is gonna be on the upper decks.
Always keep your eye on the prize.
A group dressed in the crimson of the priesthood of Mars walks towards you. Their gazes are fixed on Pascal. You note the group is not monolithic. Some of its members are more heavily armed and follow a large tech priest clad in battle armor. Others keep a respectful distance and cast inquiring looks at their own leader, whose hunched posture belies his tall frame. Despite the hood hiding his face, you recognize him as Opticon 22, who you encountered on Footfall. Meanwhile, the other enormous tech priest points his hand at Pascal and lets out a booming roar not unlike a factory alarm. Thou shalt not suffer a heretic in thy forge, for rust begets rust. Pascal Hanneman, in the name of the Adeptus Mechanicus, you are under arrest. The hunched servant of the Omnissiah turns to you. Diplomacy mode engaged. Announcement. The Adeptus Mechanicus offer their apologies and would like to inform you of the necessity of conducting an operation to detain/arrest/terminate a faulty unit of the Rogue Trader's territory. Let's study the two priests of Mars. You identify the rare armor the enormous tech priest is wearing as a plated mechanized suit. Carries the imprints of many battles as markings that announce its status as a relic. Some of the armor's damage looks fairly severe to the point of endangering its operation. The slivers of flesh revealed under the steel are marked with terrible chemical burns. So he's completely tortured. On what charge are you trying to arrest a member of my retinue? This heretic is accused of stealing personal identification codes, spreading tech heresy in the world of Kiavagama, and making an attempt on the life of a servant of the Omnissiah. Oh wow. This faulty unit will be removed in the name of the Omnissiah. I condemn you. Lightning flashes across his armor, agony resounds at the blare of his Vox alarm. In contrast, Pascal speaks quietly and coldly. You are malfunctioning, tech comrade. I deem your logical conclusions questionable. Opticon says this statement is false. Tech brother Tarsus Heinemann is willingly undergoing holy torment deterioration, which does not affect his cognitive capacity. Unit calling itself Pascal, we have information that implicates you. Having learned that you are or were a member of the Retinue Maintenance Specialist Service of the Rogue Trader, we've come with the goal of meeting you, intercepting you, engaging you in combat. Ugh. Well, I have lots of ways to do with this. How do you suppose he was involved? Our data suggests the unit, which used Magos Explorer Taurus human identification kit, performed an analysis to upgrade to the planetary Vox array and introduced data need to be scrapped out into its operation. Points to this unit's criminal complicity with the heretic Cubus Delphum. I need to see evidence. Request approved. Ready to work in cooperative mode. I'm going to use my persuasion. I've been to Kiavagama and I can assure you Pascal has nothing to do with it. I succeeded in that check. Oh, Tarsus doesn't want me involved.